What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Venom series, Scream. Here we do have Scream in the packaging. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get her opened up, and then have a better look at the figure inside, so stay tuned, everyone. And so here we have Scream posing out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's take a look at what she comes with. Scream here does come with the right arm of the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure, which I am looking forward to, and we'll have a better look when Monster Venom is all put together. As far as Scream goes, she doesn't come with any accessories, which is a little bit of a shame. I would have really loved to see some accessories, maybe some attachments to her. But as it stands, she's still a really nice looking figure. Now, she does have some issues, which we'll go over right now, so let's take a better look at Scream. And so here we have a better look at Scream, and I have to say Scream here looks fantastic from a sculpting point of view, especially with her head. I just love the head sculpt on all the symbiote figures, with the exception of Lasher, who was just a repaint of the symbiote Spider-Man, but this is still a really nice sculpt, and I do love it. You can see the eyes are actually sculpted detailed. It's not just flat paint and then the sculpting isn't there. The sculpting is actually there. There's ridges where the eyes should be, so I do like that. We have her mouth, which is painted fairly well, and it's still really impressive. Although, I kind of wish that we got an alternate head with her mouth open and screaming, almost like a Carnage head or just something different. Because as it stands, she still looks ferocious, but, you know, something a little more would have helped out. And then you can see she does have a lot of hair. Now, it's not hair in the sense that it's actually hair. You can see there's some spikes and hooks throughout her hair. So I really love that little detail. We have a spike here, some more hooks here. And for the most part, the red is done fairly well. You can see some areas like right here. They didn't get it 100%, but it still looks really nice. I do like the hooks and these barbs. They look really menacing. But this does cause one problem with Scream. It makes her really back heavy, and you saw just right now how she fell backwards. It's because her hair is quite heavy. If you were to have her pose in a certain way, she's going to fall over. But if you get her in the right spot, it's not going to be an issue. Moving on to her torso, I really do like the fact that they use this metallic marbleized plastic for all the symbiotes now. It looks really good. The paint on her is clean for the most part. You can see some spots like right here on her shoulder. It does have a little bit of error there, which is, oh, you know, it's okay. I think one of my main issues here is that the paint stops right here at this seam. Like, visibly it just stops. I don't understand why it couldn't continue on to the back. It's an issue that why couldn't they just continue the paint on the back of the figure? Because if you look on her back, it's plain. There's really nothing back here aside from some paint errors on mine. So they could have added more detailing with the paint there. On her arms, you can see it is on the inner part of her arm, so I do like that. Going to her hands, which we have seen these hands before. These hands actually belong to Carnage. And they are kind of big, but they actually do fit the character really well. I just love these menacing hands, and it does make Scream stand out from all the other female figures. Which I think she's using Rogue's body from the torso, not counting the arms, but from the torso down. She might be using Rogue's body. I'm going to have to take a look at that right now. But the paint does continue on her legs. Unfortunately, the pegs aren't painted, but that's something we've come to expect from Hasbro. Going down to her feet, you can see there's a little bit of an error there on mine. But overall, it's still fairly clean, and you can see there's a scratch right there on mine. So, like I said, paintwork is good. I just kind of wish there was more of it, because she's such a nice-looking figure. So with her detailing out of the way, let's actually get Scream compared to a few other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Scream posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Scream posed next to a Marvel Legends Infinity War Black Widow and a DC Multiverse Jessica Cruz. And finally, here we have Scream posed next to Lasher and Venom, part of the symbiote family. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually take a look at Scream's articulation. Now, she is a little bit hindered in her head, and I'll explain that right now. She does have a ball joint in the head, which does let her look left and right. However, because of the way her hair is sculpted, you're basically going to get that much movement out of it. And it does move up and down on that ball joint. However, unlike all the newer figures, she doesn't have a hinge in the neck, so that's as far down as she can look, which is pretty good, but that's as far up as she's gonna look. You can see she's just gonna be looking straight, so that is a little bit of an issue. She does have a ball joint in the shoulder, which does let her arm go out to about there. Does a full 360, although you gotta watch out for the hair. Her hair will catch the arm and you won't be able to have her arm go all the way around. She does have a bicep swivel, which works pretty well. A hinge in the elbow, which again works pretty well, as well as a swivel. We have a hinge and swivel here at the wrist. We have a really nice ball joint here. It goes back about that far. Goes forward, and not too much, but it does get side to side, and good rotation there. Legs do go forward to about there. They go back out pretty decently. It's better than most Spider-Man figures. She does have a swivel at the thigh, double joint in the knee, no issues there. No boot cut joint, but she does have an ankle joint which goes back and not so far forward, and then forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, a pretty decent figure. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, get a pose for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. So here we have Scream pose for my final thoughts. Overall, she's a really nice figure, and I'm really glad that we do get some more symbiote figures in our collection. However, she does have some issues. I would have liked to see an alternate head with the mouth wide open, screaming like her name implies. I wish we had got a better joint for her neck, because as it stands, it's a pretty poor joint, and it really does limit how far you can actually get her posed. But other than that, she's still a really solid figure. Not one of my favorite figures, but again, I am glad that they are giving us some more symbiote figures. Now, I was lucky enough to find my Scream at my local comic book store, so huge shout out to Black Sheep Comics for getting this figure out to me so I could review it for you guys. If you do find Scream out in the wild, she is going to run you about $19.99, which is about the price you pay for Marvel Legends, so you are looking about $22 with tax. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other Marvel Legend videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.